to Deep Sleep Stories. Thank you to everyone who's been listening. If these stories help you relax or fall asleep, a short review, comment, or sharing the podcast with someone who might benefit is a simple and meaningful way to support the show so that we may continue to offer it for free. Now, take a slow, gentle breath and let's begin tonight's story. Welcome to Deep Sleep Stories. This is your tranquil invitation to let the hush of evening lull you into rest. As you settle yourself, feel your breath grow softer and slower. Allow your eyes to gently close, if they haven't already, and sense the soothing weight of your body melting into the surface beneath you. All day, you might have carried responsibilities or concerns in your thoughts. Now, in this moment, you can let them drift away, floating on the currents of your gentle breath. Take a full, easy inhale, then sigh it out in a long, unhurried exhale. Notice how calm you begin to feel in your chest, how the subtle quiet of this evening fosters a sense of stillness. Tonight's story will carry you to the coastal walls of Cartagena in Colombia, where the warm glow of lanterns and the gentle Caribbean breeze guide you toward a serene night's rest. Picture yourself drifting among the twilit streets, lulled by the murmuring sea, with only the promise of calm, steady presence ahead. No matter the day you've had, no matter the thoughts swirling in your mind, this time is your space for release. Breathe in the promise of comfort and breathe out any remaining tension. Notice how your shoulders loosen, how your forehead unwinds. It feels good to surrender to this soothing quiet, and as you continue inhaling and exhaling, trust that with every breath you move deeper into a safe, restful landscape that welcomes you wholeheartedly. Now you need no effort at all, only the willingness to be led. Allow the gentle tide of your own breath to slow everything down. Should any stray thoughts wander in, gently let them pass as clouds cross a wide, open sky. You are ready now to journey onward, guided by a soft, dreamy narrative that asks nothing of you but to listen and settle. Notice how each breath brings warmth and calm, inviting you to sink into this moment. The story ahead, set in a dreamy corner of the Caribbean, is here to soothe you. Let the tension fall from your fingertips, your toes, your neck. Release the day into the fading glow of the evening's light. In your mind, you can envision an old stone wall overlooking the sea, lanterns flickering in a gentle breeze. That restful image waits patiently for you, like a promise of ease. Each calm breath carries you closer. Let your eyelids become heavy. Let your mind become soft. And so, as you find your body giving in to the lull of comfort, we begin. In a place as old as memory and as comforting as a well-tended garden, a gentle traveler walks along the famed stone fortifications of Cartagena, Colombia. The sun is settling beyond the horizon, leaving an afterglow of pink and soft orange across the sky. Warm, balmy air drifts in from the Caribbean Sea, carrying a faint scent of salt and the sweet undertone of tropical blossoms. The traveler wears light, loose-fitting clothes, perfectly suited to the soft heat of the evening. Each footstep on the age-worn stones makes a faint padding sound, an almost musical rhythm that harmonizes with the hush of waves against the base of these historic walls. At this hour, the city offers a subdued melody of gentle chatter and distant strumming guitars. Above, the last birds of daylight sail lazily through the pastel sky, drifting toward their hidden roosts. The traveler pauses at a quiet nook along the wall, a spot where a lone lantern shaped like a small iron cage hangs from a rusted bracket. Its glow is as warm as a whispered promise, illuminating a time-worn engraving in the stone. The traveler traces the letters worn smooth by centuries of tropical sun and sea breeze. Behind them, the vast Caribbean extends into twilight, its waters gleaming like a rolling sheet of silver and gold. Soft laughter wafts from a nearby courtyard, where local families gather to share an evening meal. The traveler feels an immediate sense of belonging, even as an onlooker. The atmosphere is one of unhurried delight. The clink of pottery dishes, the occasional notes of casual conversation drifting into the night. It all merges seamlessly with the hush of the ocean echoing in the background. The traveler closes their eyes for a moment, feeling the slow, steady pulse of the city and letting it harmonize with the gentle beat of their own heart. Across the water, lights on small fishing boats flicker, tiny orbs in the darkness bobbing with the gentle currents. They are out there seeking the day's last catch, or perhaps simply enjoying the peace of the open sea. A soft breeze stirs the traveler's hair, bringing with it the aromas of grilled fish, plantains, and roasted peppers from a nearby food stall. Even from here, that fragrance speaks of warmth and nourishment, pulling the traveler's attention. Farther down, the winding walkway that traces the edge of Cartagena's walls. Deeper in the city, a street musician's slow, tender tune floats upward. There is no urgency, no frantic rush, only the sense that time stretches softly here. Each note lingers like a friendly companion. The traveler, drawn by the music, begins to stroll leisurely along the stone ramparts. In the gathering darkness, lanterns begin to glow more vividly, each one an amber beacon of comfort. They sway slightly in the ocean breeze, casting shifting patterns across the ancient walls. The traveler's gaze settles on these dancing shadows, fascinated by how they stretch and diminish, as if alive in their own nightly waltz. As the traveler moves along, they come upon an old arched door set into the fortified wall. The wooden planks are thick, braced with iron hardware that has grown mottled with rust over time. A subtle sense of curiosity stirs within, and the traveler places a hand upon the door's weathered surface. The wood is warm from the day's lingering heat, yet it also carries the memory of countless nights just like this. It seems to resonate with the city's long history, a quiet keeper of stories from travelers who came before. With a gentle push, the door creaks open, revealing a narrow walkway that descends into a lantern-lit courtyard. The courtyard feels like a hidden sanctuary. Lush potted plants rustle softly in the breeze, bright bougainvillea with petals like delicate paper, and tall palm fronds that whisper secrets of the tropics. At the center, a modest fountain trickles gracefully, its water glinting under the lantern light. The traveler steps forward, drawn by the gentle sound of water splashing against stone. The courtyard's air seems cooler, perfumed by clusters of night-blooming jasmine. Soft, pale blossoms reflect the lantern light, and their sweet fragrance is like a lullaby for the senses. A few wicker chairs encircle the fountain. They appear worn but welcoming, each with a light cushion that invites one to sit and be still for a while. The traveler chooses a chair and eases onto it, taking a long, unhurried breath. Nearby, a cluster of lanterns is arranged on a low wooden table, their flickering flames reflecting in the water of the fountain. The traveler notices how the pool of the fountain holds these reflections like a mirror to the night, a wavery glimpse of stars overhead, and the gentle dance of each flame. The hush of the city walls and the lullaby of gently cascading water forge a timeless, meditative moment. From somewhere beyond the courtyard's surrounding arches, a mellow voice begins to sing in Spanish. A lullaby or a love song, the traveler cannot quite tell. It moves through the courtyard like a soft breeze, carrying warmth and tenderness. The language, even if not wholly understood, resonates in the traveler's heart. The melody is calm and gentle, blending seamlessly with the fountain's trickle. The traveler closes their eyes to better absorb the layering sounds, the distant hush of the sea, the murmur of the fountain, the gentle hum of a lullaby that drifts overhead like a comforting canopy. Moments stretch out unhurried and serene. The traveler's thoughts wander, not in a restless way, but like a meandering path through memory and sensation. Each detail of the courtyard, each note of the distant tune, and each breath of the tropical air works to cradle them in ease. The city beyond the walls continues its life, people strolling along charming streets, vendors packing up their stalls, couples pausing to admire the moonlight over the sea. But here, in this tucked-away courtyard, time seems suspended in a benevolent hush. The traveler feels cocooned by the city's ancient embrace, as though Cartagena itself is a gentle friend, urging rest and renewal. Eventually the singing fades like a gentle wave receding from the shore. The traveler stands and stretches, noticing the heaviness in their limbs, a pleasant, weary contentment that comes from being at peace. A desire arises to explore a bit more of the walls, to see how the lanterns guide the way along the old ramparts. The traveler leaves the courtyard through a different arched passage, each step slow and deliberate. The stone corridor leads back up to the top of the fortified wall, where the ocean breeze greets them again. This section of the ramparts overlooks a small sandy cove, partially lit by the glowing lanterns that line the perimeter. The water below shimmers with each flicker of light, as if a constellation rests upon the ocean's surface. A gentle hush seems to linger here, accentuated by the soft rush of distant waves. The traveler rests both hands upon the thick stone ledge, leaning forward to gaze out. In the distance, tall ships are moored, their masts outlined by the moonlight that peeks through drifting clouds. The traveler can almost taste the sea on their lips, briny and refreshing, and is deeply aware of how each breath merges with the rhythms of this coastal night. Further along, a soft glow emanates from a small open-air cafe perched at the edge of the wall. The traveler makes their way toward it, drawn by the gentle light and the promise of some quiet refreshment. Tables and chairs are arranged under fluttering cloth umbrellas. A few other guests, hushed by the magic of the night, sip on cool drinks or share soft-spoken conversations. Lanterns dangle overhead in a diagonal line, each flame dancing in the wind. The traveler settles at a table near the wall's edge, where the view of the ocean is widest. A kind attendant appears, wearing a gentle smile that matches the night's tranquility, offering a cool glass of fresh fruit juice. Perhaps it's made of local passion fruit, sweet and tangy, a welcome taste of the tropics that complements the mild warmth of the evening. The traveler savors each slow sip, feeling it soothe and refresh. In the moment, there is nothing more urgent than this simple pleasure, the quiet ambiance, the softness of the breeze, the melodic glow of lanterns overhead. After a while, the traveler notices an older gentleman seated nearby with a small guitar perched on his knee. He begins to play a slow, lilting tune that tiptoes through the air, mingling with the hush of the sea. His voice, low and comforting, seems to carry a story of stars and ocean voyages. It feels as if these ancient walls have borne witness to countless songs like this, gentle tributes to love, to hope, and to the quiet power of the night. The traveler closes their eyes for a few measures, letting the music flood them with an even deeper sense of calm. The notes rise and fall in the warm air, encouraging every muscle to relax a little further. When the last chord fades, the traveler opens their eyes and offers a grateful smile to the musician. He nods in return, his eyes shining with the shared understanding that peace is found in these gentle moments. The traveler decides to resume their walk along the wall, leaving the glow of the cafe behind. Lanterns continue to guide each step, illuminating the path in small, comforting circles of light. Their flames flicker, as if beckoning the traveler forward into deeper stillness. The path meanders around the perimeter of the old city. On one side, the traveler glimpses narrow streets lined with colonial buildings in bright pastels, yellows, pinks, blues. Their balconies overflow with cascading vines and blossoms. Although many windows are shuttered for the night, a welcoming glow seeps through a few lace curtains, suggesting someone inside is sipping tea or reading a book under a soft lamp. On the other side, the traveler is serenaded by the gentle melody of the waves that brush against the city's stone foundations. High above the traveler, A canopy of stars spreads across the sky, free of harsh city lights. The heavens shimmer in an unobstructed display of cosmic beauty. The traveler pauses and looks skyward, noticing how the flicker of lantern flames below seems to echo the twinkle of countless stars above. A subtle breeze ruffles the traveler's clothes, carrying the night's mild air across sun-kissed skin. The hush of the sea, the glow of the lanterns, and the vastness of the starlit sky create a sense of sacred harmony. Each breath feels like an act of gratitude. Rounding the next bend, the traveler discovers a small lookout tower, a circular turret at the edge of the wall. Once used to scan for passing ships, it now offers a vantage point to admire the peaceful water below. The traveler steps inside, noticing the gentle arch of its ceiling. Lanterns set into wall sconces cast flickering silhouettes that dance across the ancient stone. The traveler stands in the center of the turret, gazing through an open window onto the sea. The rolling waves are an endless lullaby, and for a moment the traveler feels as though they might drift off right here, lulled by the soft music of water against stone. Eventually, a quiet impulse stirs, encouraging them to keep moving. The night feels tender, but there is still more to see before rest overtakes the senses entirely. The traveler carefully descends a nearby staircase that connects to a lower portion of the wall. In this more secluded area, the atmosphere becomes even more dreamlike. Vines cling to the stone, and the flicker of lantern light reveals hidden patterns in the mortar. The traveler breathes slowly, aware of how the footsteps echo gently in this small passage. At the bottom of the stairs, a wooden gate stands open, leading to a narrow stretch of beach that hugs the wall. The traveler steps onto the warm sand, which retains the memory of the day's sun in its grains. The subtle heat massages the traveler's feet with each step. Overhead, a few lanterns on high posts cast their soft glow across the sand. The traveler wades closer to the water, where small waves lap at the shore with a gentle hiss. Each ripple kisses the beach, leaving a silvery trace under the moon's luminescence. The traveler takes a seat on the sand, leaning back against the fortified stone. A hush envelops this hidden inlet, a brief sanctuary where ocean meets city. The traveler's breathing aligns with the waves, each inhale expanding the chest, each exhale releasing deeper tensions into the night air. Gentle pinpricks of starlight reflect on the water's surface, weaving a tapestry of luminous patterns. With half-closed eyes, the traveler allows their body to rest, lulled by the mingling scents of salt and subtle flowers drifting from the city gardens above. After a while, the traveler rises, noticing a subtle drowsiness that feels inviting, not overwhelming, a sign that the hush of Cartagena's night is working its gentle magic. They return to the gate and climb a soft slope leading back into the heart of the old city. The cobblestone street is lined with centuries-old architecture. Wooden balconies protrude overhead, draped in tropical foliage that rustles with each playful gust. Lanterns and old-fashioned street lamps provide just enough illumination to show the way, their light forming soft pools that reflect on the polished stones. From a nearby window, the lull of quiet conversation mingles with the gentle clink of glassware. A faint swirl of warm air wafts by, carrying the scent of spiced coffee and sweet coconut confections. The traveler strolls onward, taking their time, absorbing the calming energy that flows through these winding passages. Each intersection offers a new vantage point on the city. Another glimpse of hidden courtyards, tall cathedral spires, or glimpses of the ocean just beyond the next block. The traveler is unhurried, content to let the city unfurl its secrets with each step. At length, the traveler approaches a quiet corner where a modest guest house stands, partially hidden by bougainvillea vines. A friendly lantern is suspended near the entrance, casting a welcoming glow on a wooden sign that creaks softly in the breeze. Feeling the evening's serenity settle in deeply, the traveler steps inside. The lobby is small and intimate, with a few carved chairs and a simple reception desk adorned by a vase of fresh hibiscus flowers. A soft-spoken caretaker greets the traveler with a gentle nod, understanding that words are scarcely needed in this hour of the night. A short hallway leads to a cozy room with a large window that overlooks the old city rooftops. Once inside, the traveler closes the door and notices the tastefully simple furnishings. A comfortable bed draped in crisp linens, a woven rug beneath it, and a small table holding a pitcher of cool water. The window is open just enough to let in the mild ocean breeze, which sways the gauzy curtains in a rhythmic dance. The faint murmur of waves is still audible in the hush of the night. Settling onto the bed, the traveler sinks into its soft embrace, every muscle yielding to the cradle of restful anticipation. A gentle night lamp sits on the bedside, shaped like an old lantern, casting a warm, subdued glow. The traveler flicks it off, allowing moonlight and the occasional glimmer of distant street lanterns to be the only illumination. Shadows move subtly across the walls, as if weaving a tapestry of dreams. The traveler closes their eyes, letting the memories of the evening float gently through the mind. The old stones of the fortifications, the drifting music, the courtyard fountain, and the hush of the beach. Each recollection is like a lullaby, guiding the traveler deeper into an ocean of rest. In the quiet, the traveler senses their breath slowing once more. A thoughtful inhalation through the nose, followed by a long, weighty exhale. The drowsiness settles in fully now, a companion that cocoons the traveler in a profound sense of safety. There is no rush, only the slow drift toward the comforting realm of sleep. The gentle hum of Cartagena's night lingers in the background, but it feels distant and sweet, like a friend singing from another room. As the traveler's mind moves toward dreams, the memory of lantern lights flickers behind closed eyelids. Their soft glow accompanies the traveler into an inner world of drifting visions, an unhurried landscape where the hush of the ocean, the lullaby of a solitary guitar, and the tender fragrance of jasmine weave together into pure tranquility. The traveler surrenders to this gentle tide, allowing all cares to wash away. Outside, the old city walls stand guard, as they have for centuries, steadfast and calm under the blanket of night. Now, as the pace of life falls into a soothing stillness, the story itself begins to soften and fade. Thoughts grow slower, lighter, dissolving in the rhythmic hush of those Caribbean waves. Let the warmth of each memory carry you deeper into quiet rest. The glow of lanterns along Cartagena's walls becomes a soft, reassuring memory, like a dream that comforts even as it slips away. Breaths become gentler, each one an invitation to descend into deeper and deeper relaxation. Drift now into the place where you can rest. Let each exhale guide you further along a path of calm that meanders towards sleep. Any lingering thoughts can loosen, floating away on that last ocean breeze. Envision each gentle lantern you pass tonight as a tender beacon, showing you the way to a quiet, untroubled night. Let your limbs sink into the surface beneath you. Let your eyelids be heavy. Hear the steady lullaby of your own breathing and the soft hush of your heart's rhythm. If your mind wanders, bring it back to the memory of the moonlit ocean lapping against old stones, the flicker of lantern flames dancing across cobblestones, and the soft strum of a lone guitar. Let these recollections be the gently swaying hammock of your dreams. With each soft inhale, you draw in calm. With each long exhale, you release tension. Settle now into that quiet space between waking and sleep, enveloped by the memory of Cartagena's twilight. There is nothing left to do, no more steps to take. Only the welcome of a peaceful slumber awaits. Good night, dear traveler. May the hush of lantern-lit walls cradle you in its timeless calm. May the rhythms of the Caribbean tide carry you softly into dreams. Sleep well and awaken to a gentle dawn, renewed and at peace.